It was chaos in the boardroom of Altatech Systems, a billion-dollar AI startup headquartered in Silicon Valley. Their flagship product, Aegis Core, a military-grade encryption tool, had suddenly begun rejecting authorized inputs, shutting down access to dozens of critical client systems, including 3 government contracts. 30 top-tier engineers, many from MIT, Stanford, and even NASA, were flown in, scrambling to fix the corrupted code. But nothing worked. Time was slipping, the media was sniffing, and the U.S. Defense Department was on the verge of pulling the plug. CEO Nathan Kessler, only 34 and already hailed as a tech visionary, sat with his head in his hands. The board members were visibly sweating, investors demanding answers. "Gentlemen," Nathan stood, voice trembling, "we have 72 hours before this company is torn apart." Meanwhile, outside the glass towers of Altatech, Sasha Reed, 22, weaved through traffic on her electric scooter. She worked nights for Bite Bites delivery to pay off student loans and lived with her little brother in a 1-bedroom apartment. Sasha had once dreamed of working at Altatech, but rejection letters from 3 internship applications still sat in her inbox. Today, her delivery route had taken her to the top floor of Altatech. As she stepped into the high-security executive zone, holding 2 boxes of espresso and a dozen donuts, her eyes widened. 30 computer screens blinked with code and error messages. The air reeked of anxiety and burnt coffee. One engineer, frustrated, shouted, "It's like the system locked itself out." Sasha lingered at the corner, unnoticed. She stared at a line of code flickering on a screen. Her eyes narrowed. "Excuse me," she said cautiously. "That loop, it's misreading the input stream. It's assuming an array size that resets after every 9th character, but the encryption keys are 11 characters long. You're losing data in the overflow buffer." Silence fell. Everyone turned. A junior engineer blinked. "Wait, what?" Sasha gulped. "Sorry, I read about dynamic buffer sizing once. It's probably nothing." Nathan stood slowly, his piercing blue eyes fixed on her. You saw that at a glance?" Nathan motioned to one of the engineers. "Pull up her suggestion." The engineer frowned, but typed furiously. Within moments, the screen lit up. The command line responded differently. No crash. "Holy hell," someone whispered. Sasha took a step back. "I didn't mean to interfere, really. I just kinda love encryption logic. I study it for fun." Nathan was speechless. "You're a coder?" "Self-taught. I never got into college. Took care of my brother instead. But I code whenever I can." A board member scoffed. "You expect us to believe a delivery girl found what 30 engineers missed?" But the lead engineer, Dr. Ian Trevors, stood slowly. "She's right. The array misalignment was throwing the checksum off. We missed it because we assumed the keys were being read in static-length blocks. But why didn't our diagnostics catch that?" asked another. "Because the buffer didn't error. It overflowed silently and triggered the security kill switch as a defense. It wasn't a bug. It was a feature." Nathan turned to Sasha. "Can you write code?" "I don't have a degree, but yeah. I've written a few scripts, even cracked an old Cold War cipher once, just for fun." He stepped forward, extended his hand. "Miss Reed, how would you like a shot? Not as a delivery girl, as a contract developer. Right now." Sasha blinked. "Seriously?" "Seriously." The boardroom buzzed. Phones lit up, but Sasha already had her laptop out of her delivery backpack. "Let me try something." For the next 3 hours, Sasha worked beside Dr. Trevors and 2 of the most senior engineers. She moved with ease, confident, curious, and bold. While others relied on textbooks and protocol, Sasha relied on instinct, logic, and raw talent. The fix she implemented not only restored access to Aegis Core, but streamlined the data validation process, eliminating an entire class of potential failures. When the last terminal lit up green, confirming system-wide recovery, the entire boardroom burst into applause. Sasha sat frozen, cheeks red, trying to believe it was real. Nathan looked around. "Ladies and gentlemen, this company was just saved, not by degrees, not by titles, but by talent." He turned to Sasha. "Welcome to Altatech. By week's end, Sasha was on the front page of Wired magazine. Delivery girl to developer, the brain that saved Silicon Valley. She didn't stop there. Nathan offered her a full-time job, but she negotiated a different deal: equity in exchange for her contributions. She wanted to fund STEM scholarships for girls like her, girls who were brilliant, overlooked, and underestimated. And Nathan? He never looked at resumes the same way again.